I mean, what are you really going to do when there's a delicious plate of food in front of you? You don't want it to go to waste, right?
Right. No.
Yeah.
Especially if it's at a really trendy restaurant.
Trendy
really
restaurant.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to sneak a couple fries. Make sure that steak that's left there, maybe, man, that looks good.
I mean, we're saying theoretically, because
maybe just
I would never ever actually do that.
Maybe just
stranger's plate.
An appetizer before the appetizer, right? Okay, so yeah, if you've ever got an issue in your life, you want to toss it over to us, we'd be happy to turn around and give you some advice, toss it out to our listeners. And all this week, we've been trying to give you updates from group therapy situations that we've had in the past. Now, Kelly, catch us up on this listener.
Okay, so this was a guy she met on Tinder, showed up for their first date, only to find him kind of already seated at the restaurant, and he was eating.
Yeah.
So she just, naturally assumed he's eating off a stranger's plate, like they're leftovers. He said he saw the table, wanted to pounce even before it was cleared. She didn't mention she was kind of weirded out about the fact that she thinks he was eating off of a stranger's plate and was doubting whether there was going to be a second date or not. Everything else was great. She just kind of couldn't get past that.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying dude was already on a date and that was his plate and you just were second in line.
Right. Which, I mean, a guy lining up 2 dinner dates?
Bold.
Wow.
That is bold, my friend.
Yeah.
That is a bold move.
It is.
And so I could almost justify, I think we all could justify him doing that more than we could him eating food off of a stranger's plate. Now, having worked in the food industry, I do understand, because I've done it before, when a customer leaves a perfectly good, untouched portion of their food on their plate, you kind of just take it, you bust their table, and you just stick it in the back for the crew because...
A lot of people admitted that.
Me included. Like, okay.
Now, see, when I worked at Little Caesars Pizza in high school, I would only eat the things that didn't get picked up. I didn't eat previously eaten food from people.
What, are you better than the rest of us?
I'm just saying.
Okay, so we got an update from her.
Okay. She said, hey guys, to be honest, I never thought I'd be talking to you about this again because I was pretty sure what I was going to do after you talked about this on the air.
Okay.
But the more I thought about it and the rest of our date and then reading all the comments, I decided to go out with him again.
All right.
After that dinner, he asked if I was going to finish my chicken, and I said no, so he asked if he could finish it.
You big slut! Good for you!
So, at this point, I found kind of an open window, and I figured I'm just going to ask him what's up with eating leftover food.
No, I think you skipped a portion there.
No, at that point, I decided to just ask him what's up with eating the leftover food.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd never get past it if I didn't just rip the Band-Aid off and get it out in the open.
Okay.
To my surprise, he wasn't defensive, and his answer was surprising.
Okay.
He said that he has this almost obsessive thing where he can't stand to see food wasted. His mom had ingrained in him since he was very little that there are starving kids all over the world that would give anything for a meal, and that's why you should never throw food away.
Man, I relate to that.
Oh, yes. I mean, didn't we all grow up with that line being tossed at us a couple of times?
I am president, CEO, and commissioner of the Clean Plate Club.
Yep. He admitted that he was embarrassed that I saw him on our first date, and he's trying to get past this urge to save all the leftovers that he sees. He even talked about trying to find some time to help get more restaurants and stores to donate their unsold food to Kentucky Harvest and get it to shelters.
Oh, wow.
I love that he's got such a kind heart, and that made him even hotter in my mind. So we've been dating pretty seriously ever since.
Oh, wow.
We even talked about adopting a dog, and the dog can eat the leftovers too. LOL.
We've had a lot of dog situations the past week.
We have, but she's seeing an opportunity here. It's like, hey, dogs eat leftovers a lot, right?
I will tell you though, with experience, that once you let the dog have some leftovers, their dry kibble doesn't look so good to them anymore, and then they start begging incessantly for your food. So
they circle the table like sharks all the time,
right? So wait, did we ever get? So that was a stranger's food, or was that someone else's? Or was that his food?
That was a stranger's food.
At the restaurant. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He had this incessant need to save all the leftovers.
I mean, if it were just a couple fries, maybe, I don't know if I would do it. Maybe if I'd already had a couple drinks and I was, nervous about a Tinder date, and I...
Yeah, not a lot of us would just go start munching down on someone else's food that's left over on the table.
And you see a table at the bar open up and you're like, oh my gosh, and you run and you grab it before the, the servers...
You don't eat.
I mean, YOLO, Kelly. YOLO.
Okay, you're telling me that if you pounce on a table that hasn't been cleared yet, you might be like, oh, that looks pretty good.
No, I'm not saying I would do that, but I'm just, okay. So anyways, good update. I'm glad that they're still together.
Yes, and I that sounds like a good explanation, and hopefully he can, move on and resist the urge when he's out in a restaurant to try to go eat everybody else's food that's left over.
For sure. All right. Thank you for the follow-up.